Next point is the accessing array elements. Here in this point we will discuss how to access the array elements. An element is accessed by indexing the array name. Suppose if we want to access any element within that array, then at that time first we want to indexing that particular array. This is done by placing the index of the element within the square bracket after the name of the array, and indexing is placed or indexing is done of the element within the square bracket. Means after when we give the array name, after giving the array name we want to specify the index in a square bracket, and the array index always begins with or starts with the 0. Once an array is declared and initialized, then the values stored in the array can be accessed anytime. Means once we define or once we create any array and we assign the values to that particular array, then at that time array elements can be accessed any time. Means once we define any array, then any time we access the elements that are initialized to that particular array. Each individual array element can be accessed using the name of the array and subscript value. Any array element or any array element or individual array element can be accessed using two parameters. First one is we want to specify the name of the array, and second one is the subscript or the index value. Means in short, if we want to access any element within that array, then we want to specify two elements. First one is we want to specify the name of the array, and then we want to specify the subscript value, that is an index value of that particular element of the array. Every element in an array is associated with a unique subscript value. Means every element within that array is consist of a unique single value, and that value starting from 0 to size minus 1. Means we consider we have an array of size 5, then index will be start from 0 to maximum 4, because our last index is size minus 1. So if we define an array of 5 size, then the array index is from 0 to 4, where the size refers to the maximum number of elements that can be stored in the array, and the array size defines the number of elements can be stored in that particular array. There is one syntax for accessing any value from the single dimensional array. If we want to access any element from the array, then we want to specify two parameters. First we want to specify the array name, and then we want to specify the subscript value or the index value in the square bracket. For example, the elements of the array marks can be referred to as marks 0, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4 and marks 5 respectively. In the last example, we define one array marks of size 6. So, there are total 6 elements in array marks. If we want to access any element from that array marks, then we want to specify the array elements like marks 0, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, marks 5 respectively. Here marks is an array name and in square bracket there is an subscript value or index value. By using this subscript value or the index value, we can access the element of the array. Here is the memory representation of the marks array is shown. See this memory representation. Here is an memory address to which that particular array element is stored, and here is an index values for the array, and these are the array elements. First array element is 72, so it is stored at a first memory location. Next element is the 63, so it is stored at the second memory location, and we know that the array elements are stored in a continuously manner in a memory. The array elements are stored continuously in the memory. So all the 6 elements of the marks array are stored in a continuous order in a memory. Here 72, 63, 49, 58, 81, 54, these are the array elements, and here is the index of the array. This is the procedure about how to access the any element from the array. Here is one example which shows the declaration of one dimensional or single dimensional array. Here is an comment which shows this program is for C++ one dimensional array. Then after that comment I inserted here 2 header files, iostream.h and conio.h. Then here is a main function. This function does not return any value, so here I specify the return type as a void. After that, clear screen function is used for clearing the screen. After that, here a one dimensional array ARR is defined, which having the size 5. Here first we declare one array of name ARR which having a size 5. The size is always specified in square brackets. After declaration of array, here by using equal to sign, I assign the 5 values to the array. The values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The array is of integer type, so in array the integer 5 values are stored. Then again I declare another one variable I, that is of integer type. That I variable I used for accessing the array elements one by one. And for accessing the elements one by one, I use here loop statement as a for. By using for statement, the array elements are called continuously. First we will check first I will assign the values to the variable I to 0 because I want to retrieve the array elements from beginning. So it is 0. Then condition will check I less than 5 because array size is 5. After that I want to retrieve the array element sequentially one by one. So for that increment operator is used. By using the increment operator, here the array elements are accessed one by one. Means first element is retrieved and displayed. After that second element condition checked and second element is displayed. Same way the procedure is followed until the end of the array. Then if this loop condition is satisfied, then array element is displayed. Same like your C program, the single dimensional array in C++ is occurred. and the output will display. First it displays a 0th element, array element. Next first index array element, then second element. In this way 5 elements from the array are retrieved. This is all about the single dimensional array. Here is another one example of one dimensional or the single dimensional array, in which this program stores and calculates the sum of 5 numbers entered by the user using array. Means when user gives the 5 values to the program calculates the sum of that 5 numbers and displays the addition of 5 numbers. See this program. The program structure and the array declaration structure same as the C programming language. Next one is the multi-dimensional array. C++ allows multi-dimensional array. An array having more than one dimensions are called as multi-dimensional array. C++ supports the multi-dimensional array. First we will see what is a multi-dimensional array. An array having more than one dimensions are called as multi-dimensional array. If an array having 2 dimensions is called two-dimensional array. And in that two-dimensional array contains 2 subscripts, and 3-dimensional array contains 3 subscripts, and so on. If I use the two-dimensional array, then two-dimensional array consists of 2 as a subscript or 2 as an index value. Or if I use the 3-dimensional array, then the subscript value is 3. The general syntax for defining multi-dimensional array is: first we want to specify the data type. It is same like one-dimensional array. Then we want to specify the array name. Then after the array name, we want to specify the row size and column size. For example, an array A of type integer having 2 rows and 2 columns, then it can be declared using following statement. Consider the example of an array. Array name is A, which having the 2 rows and 2 columns. The first square bracket value represents the row value and second square bracket value represents the column value. Here I define one integer type array as named A, which having a row 2 and column 2. Like a one-dimensional array, the two-dimensional and or multi-dimensional array can also be initialized. Like our one-dimensional array, we also initialize the two-dimensional array or the multi-dimensional array. The general rule of initializing multi-dimensional array is similar to the one-dimensional array. For example, there is a syntax for assigning the 2 values to the multi-dimensional array. First, we want to specify the data type, then we want to specify the array name, then row size, then column size. And after defining row size and column size, By using equal to operator, we assign the values to the multidimensional array. For example, here A array having two-dimensional array. If A array is two-dimensional array which having a 2 row value and 2 as a column value. Consider the example of here is and one array of integer type which having a name A and which having a value, it is an two-dimensional array, so it is having a row value as a 2 and column value as a 2. If I want to initialize this array, then first I declare this array, and after declaration by using the equal to operator, I assign the different values to the two-dimensional array. For example, 20, 51, this is an value for index element. The 20 value is initialized for memory location of 0, 0. Next, 51 value is assigned for the memory location as 0, 1. Next, 30 value is initialized for the memory location 1, 0. And 67 value is initialized for the memory location 1, 1. Means array element 1, 1. There is a 67 value. The array elements also initialized in this way also. Here data type, array name, size of row, size of column. Then by using assignment operator, we assign the different values to the array. 20 value is for the memory location or the array element 0, 0. Next, 51 value is for the array element 0, 1. Next, 30 value is for the array element 1, 0. 67 value is for the array element 1, 1. You know the matrix representation. Use that matrix representation for accessing the elements of multidimensional array. Here is the procedure given for accessing two-dimensional array elements. Means once a two-dimensional array is declared and initialized, the C++ its element can be accessed using two subscripts. Same like one-dimensional array. Before accessing the elements of the array, first we want to declare or initialize that particular array. After declaration and initialization, the C++ provides the mechanism for accessing the array elements. For single dimensional array, we want to specify the array name and only one subscript value for accessing the array elements. But in the two-dimensional array, for accessing two-dimensional array elements, we want to specify two subscripts. We want to specify two index values. For example, here is an syntax. For accessing the two-dimensional array elements, we want to specify the array name. Then we want to specify first index, first subscript value of row. Then we want to after that we want to specify the second subscript value or second index value for the column. For example, two-dimensional array elements are called by using the index like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So, in the given example, 4 values are assigned to the array, and by using these 4 indexes, we access that two-dimensional array's value. And generally, two-dimensional arrays are represented with the help of matrix. Here the memory representation of the two-dimensional array is shown. Consider the two-dimensional array. These are the array elements. This is an index of the two-dimensional array, and these are the memory locations for the storing data elements of the array. This is an memory location. Our first value is 20. In the two-dimensional array, if I want to retrieve the 20 value, means first index value, then I want to specify the index as A, means here the array name. Then we want to specify the row index, then we want to specify the column index. Same way we can access the any elements from the two-dimensional array. Here is a memory representation. In the memory representation shown that these are the array values or the array elements. These are the index used for accessing the two-dimensional array elements, and these are the memory locations. First two are the first row and these are the second row. The matrix representation is shown here. Two-dimensional array 20, 21, 30, 61. A array's values are represented in a matrix form. This shows the matrix form of the A array, and this shows the memory representation of A array. Here is an sample program for two-dimensional array. First comment is added, one comment is added as C++ two-dimensional array. Then I include two header files. Then in the main function, here a two-dimensional array ARR is defined, which having a row value as 5 and column value as 2. And here I assign the different values to the array. This array is two-dimensional, so here two subscript values for accessing the array elements. Here two subscript values or for accessing the elements of two-dimensional array, we want to specify two indexes. So here two variables are declared, named as I and j. Next, after that, by using loop statements, the row values and column values according to the index retrieved and the array elements are displayed. For example, see the output. Here, first the array index 00 value is displayed, that is 00 value is 1, so it is displayed 1. Next, 01 location value is displayed, that is 2. Then next, 10 location value is displayed, that is 1. Then 11 values is displayed, index value is displayed, that is 3. Same way, all the values of the two-dimensional array ARR are retrieved. In short, if you want to define any two-dimensional array and access the elements of that two-dimensional array, then you want to first declare that two-dimensional array. Then by using assignment operator or equal to operator, we assign the different values to the two-dimensional array. Then for accessing the elements of two-dimensional array, we want to specify two subscripts, we want to specify two index values. So here two variables I and j are defined. And by using the loop statements, the values of the array one by one retrieved. I and jth location values are retrieved and displayed to the user. Here is an output of the program. After execution, you get this result. First, array index 00 value is retrieved. Second, 01th location value is retrieved. Then 10 location value is retrieved. then one location value is retrieved. Same way the array elements are retrieved. Here is another one program for two-dimensional array. That program to obtain sale of 4 publisher of 6 months. So here sales array is declared which having the row size 4 and column size 6. See this example. For one-dimensional array, for accessing the elements of one-dimensional array, we want to specify only one subscript value, only one index value. But for the multi-dimensional or for the two-dimensional array, we want to specify 2 subscripts. So here I define 2 variables I and j. For accessing the single dimensional array element, only there is one variable I. And by using the I variable, loop statement is executed. But while executing two-dimensional array or for accessing the two-dimensional array elements, we want to specify 2 index I and j. Okay, thank you.